Blessings, and welcome to Solitude Sunsets. Grateful you're joining me today. Today's reading is going to be for Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. So we'll be asking for divine guidance and the divine energies for the day. And how that will affect us for Tuesday, June 29th. So as I was doing my meditation, it came to me a message: shy away, shy away. So I thought that we would ask divine guidance and what they actually meant by that, shy away. Maybe one of you are dealing with something that you're shying away from at the moment. But I thought it would be a good question to ask divine guidance and divine energies about, since it came on pretty strong. So maybe there's something in that message for all of us. Also, when I went to light the candles, they really seemed to be quite large for a minute or two. So I'm thinking that there's a lot of good spirit here today. They're surrounding us. And again, as I'm growing and we're growing together on this channel, experiencing new energies, being open to what guidance I should receive and what messages I will receive to share with you. Please remember that these readings are for the collective, so they may not resonate with you. Maybe one day it'll resonate with you and another day it won't. But I will just proceed to give the messages that I receive for a particular day, and hopefully somebody will hear something that will help them throughout their day. So that's what divine guidance is all about. So with that said, let's see what Spirit and divine guidance has to offer us today. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I feel like one more today. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you. Also, in my meditation today that I'll share with you, I received a new spirit guide. Woo! That was pretty fast. So actually, there's 2 cards. So we'll take those. It was quite a surprise. So I have a feeling that this spirit guide's going to be helping me tremendously in growing myself spiritually on this journey that I've embarked upon. Also, it's kind of confirmation. It made me feel really empowered to know that this is the correct path for me at this time. And in so doing, that guide will be providing me with messages to, again, pass on to you. So, the question, what are we shying away from? I think I'm just going to pull 3 cards today. Well, 1 or 2. Maybe from each deck. But what does Spirit want us to know? What are we shying away from? What are we shying away from? Oh, it's too many. What are we shying away from? What are we shying away from? Thank you. I feel like using these today. This is the Voyager deck. What are we shying away from? What does Spirit want us to know? What are we shying away from? What is the message in reference to shying away? What are we shying away from? Thank you. Is that all for today? Okay, I think that's all for today. So, let's start with the first 2 cards that came out of the Rider-Waite deck, tarot deck. So we have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. So what are we shying away from? We're shying away from not being bold, taking a bold step, moving forward with something. We're in contemplation too much. We're procrastinating, like the Hanged Man. Stagnant, indecision, not knowing which way to go. But indecision is a no decision. Means that you're making that choice of no decision. So we're shying away from making a certain decision. We're not being bold enough to go after something that we want. We've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, but we haven't taken any action. We haven't gone towards it. So we've just been sitting in it. Maybe because we have the swords here, maybe we've thought about it way too long. We keep thinking about it and thinking about it, and it spins around in our mind over and over and over again. But we haven't taken any action on it. So I think that's pretty obvious that we're in avoidance mode, not taking action on something. But it's something that you've thought about for quite a while. So we're shying away from taking action. The next card is the Nine of Pentacles. So as we see this more or less contented person solitary person alone in their garden, being happy amongst the material things, material abundance that they presently have. And they're talking to this bird, communicating with the bird. But there's no other human beings in this card. So maybe we're shying away from being out amongst other people at the moment. Maybe we've spent too much time in hermit mode. This kind of feels like hermit, solitary energy. Again, we're just in our own thoughts, surrounded by our comfort zone, right? This is our comfort zone. We're in our own garden with our material abundance. There's a little house over here out into the background. So we're just contented and in our own comfort zone. So again, are we shying away from going out into the world, or being exposed into the world, coming out of our comfort zone? We've stayed here again, maybe a little too long, so we've been shying away from that. And in the Voyager deck, we have the Five of Worlds, setback. So I feel that divine guidance is saying in amongst this card, again, we have many things spinning in our mind. But what are we doing with those ideas, thought patterns that have been spinning around in our minds? Oh, it's interesting. Down here it looks like a whirlpool. Yes, we're spinning and spinning and not going anywhere. And it's like we'd rather be stuck in this vortex than taking, again, any action, any steps forward. We have a dead, decay plant